abstract. See here, I'm taking this interface. I'm going to my workspace. New text document. My interface name is bank.java. Inside the bank, what I am doing, guys? Public interface bank. Public void m1. Okay. Save this program. Compile this program. Java C bank.java. Compiled. Can you see the profile? Java P bank. Abstract is added or not? Added. Who is adding? Compiler. If you write it, compiler, same like a constructor. So when you don't write a constructor in the class, what is happening? When you don't write a constructor for a class, then what compiler is doing? When you don't write a constructor, then compiler is adding one default. When we don't write a constructor, then compiler is adding one default constructor. Similarly, whenever you write a method in the interface, that method is a by default abstract method. Whenever you write any method in the interface, that method is a abstract method. Writing abstract keyword is mandatory or optional? Optional. If I don't write it, who is writing as abstract? Compiler. If I don't write a constructor, compiler will add the constructor. If I write the constructor, compiler will not add. Similarly, when we are writing the interface, writing abstract keyword for the method is optional. If you don't write, compiler will add. Now see, constructor is added or constructor is not added. Can you see constructor is available, constructor not available? Not available. Interfaces will not have the constructor. We cannot create the object for the interfaces. Interface is a special concept in the Java. It will contain only abstract method. Constructor will not be available. If the constructor is not available, can you create the object? What is the meaning of object creation? Object creation nothing but calling the constructor. Is constructor available? Constructor not available. That means the object cannot be created for the interfaces. Alright. Interface is a keyword which is used to create the interface in the Java. Interface contains only abstract methods. To create a interface, we will use interface keyword. To create an interface, we will use interface keyword. Interface does not contain constructor. Interface does not contain constructor. We cannot create the object for interface. We cannot create object for the interface. We cannot create the object for interface. Please read these points. Interfaces are used to achieve loosely coupling. Interfaces contains only abstract methods. Up to 1.7 version of Java, they can have only abstract method. In the 1.8, some changes happened in the interface. We'll discuss in future. How to create an interface? Come on guys, how to create an interface? To create an interface, we will use only interface keyword. Interface does not contain constructor. When the constructor is not available, can we create the object or we cannot create the object? We cannot. We cannot create an object for the interface. Once interface is created, then anybody can provide implementation for the interface. So what is the meaning of providing implementation? Implementing interface means overriding the methods of the interface. Implementing interface means overriding interface abstract methods. Once interface is created, then anybody can provide implementation for the interface. Implementing interface means overriding interface abstract methods. To implement a interface, we will use implements keyword. What is that, guys? To implement a interface, we will use implements keyword. All right, see here. I have one interface called bank. How can you say this is a class and that is an interface? This is a class and this is an interface. What is the difference? Keyword. To create the class, we are using a keyword called class keyword. To create the interface, we are using interface keyword. Class contains concrete methods. Interface contains abstract methods. What is the difference between concrete method and abstract method? Body. Method, body. If a method contains a body, then that is called concrete method. If a method does not contain the body, that is abstract method. How to create an abstract method? Using which keyword? By using abstract keyword, we can create abstract method. When we are writing the methods in the interface, abstract keyword is mandatory or it is optional? Abstract keyword is optional. Now, so is there any use? I created an interface, I created a method does not have a body. Is there any use? Currently, there is no use. Just one interface is created and one abstract method is available. We can compile. Can I execute? Why we can't execute? Main method is required. Can I write a main method in the interface? Think. Can I write a main method in the interface? Why? Main method, if you write, we need to write it as a concrete. Main method will contain a body. We should write a concrete. But interface will allow concrete method? Will not allow. Interface will allow only abstract method. Sir, then फायदा क्या है? Interface used to decide some rules for the child. Hey child, you have to follow my method only. Your class should contain this method only. Your class should override my method only. Now, let's think about here RBI government is available. Government bank, RBI is available. What is RBI? Reserve Bank of India. Can I say this is head of all the banks in the India? There are so many banks available in the India, like SBI, HDFC, Axis, ICICI, Kotak Mahindra, Karur Vysya. Like that, there are so many banks available in the India. For all the banks, who is the father? RBI. So, all the banks available in the India should follow the rules given by RBI. So here, let me take it as a SBI and let's take it as Axis, take HDFC and Kotak. Some banks are there. Swaraj Bank, Swaraj Bank, Bandhan Bank. SBI Bank, Axis Bank, Kotak banks are available. So these are the banks which are available in the India. All these, every bank, can they decide on their own what are the rules and all? No. Banking is related to money. So government will involve in the money transactions. Alright. So what this will do is SBI Bank, Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank should follow RBI. So RBI will decide some rules. RBI will decide some rules. All the banks should follow the rules of the RBI. What the RBI will do is, RBI will tell the rule by using interface. RBI will tell the rules by using interface. These banks are going to provide implementation. Interface contains only abstract method. Method body not available. So it is hiding unnecessary data. What is the implementation? For example, bank is available, bank money transfer. Inside the bank, I am having a method called money transfer. Money transfer is one rule. Every bank should support for transferring the money from one account to another account. Who is deciding that rule? RBI. Who should follow that rule? Who should follow that rule now? All banks should follow. Here if you see, can you see how the money is transferring? Is that logic available? It is providing only useful data. It is hiding unnecessary data. So as a user, what is my requirement? Transfer the money from my account to other account. How it is transferring, I don't need that. Whether money is transferring or not. What is useful for me? Amount should be deducted from my account. Amount should go to other account. How the amount is going, when the amount is going, how much time it is taking, that is not required for me. That is not required for me. Money is going or not, only that is important for me. Here, interface comes into picture, will tell you what is the operation, but it will not tell you how it is working. It is providing only high level. Providing only high level. It is hiding unnecessary data, providing only useful data. Now, here SBI is available, Axis is available, HDFC available, Kotak is available. All these banks should support money transfer. Who is deciding that? Interface is deciding that. RBI giving a interface. Hey bank ka bache, you have to support for money transfer. How you will transfer money? It's up to you. How you will transfer money? What logic you will write inside that? It's up to you. SBI people will write some logic. HDFC people will write some logic. Implementation up to you. But rules given by RBI. To give the rules for the people, to give the rules for the programmers, we are going to use interfaces. Tomorrow also in the project, we are going to write the interfaces to give the rules for the developer. You should write a method called money transfer. What is the logic? Your choice. But method name should be money transfer only. My interface will decide the rule. Based on my rule, you can implement it. Implementation, your choice. Rules, I will give you. Implementation, your choice. Now, SBI people should implement the RBI interface, Axis Bank, HDFC, Kotak. Once the interface is created, anybody can provide the implementation. Implementation may change from one class to another class, but method name should not change. Method name should not change. You have to write the method money transfer. That's it. That is the rule. Logic, your choice. Logic is your choice. My interface will provide only useful data, will hide unnecessary data. How it is providing useful data, hiding unnecessary data? Abstract method. Method is visible, but what logic is in the method? You cannot see that. Are you getting my point? Yes. Read this. What is a interface and why we will go for interface? What is interface? Interfaces are used to achieve loosely coupling and abstraction. Interfaces are used to achieve loosely coupling and abstraction. Interfaces contains only abstract methods. To create an interface, we will use interface keyword. It's mandatory. Interface does not contain constructor. We cannot create object for the interface. Once the interface is created, then anybody can provide implementation for the interface. Implementing interface means overriding interface abstract methods. Okay, when we are implementing a interface, when we are implementing a interface, then it's mandatory to implement all abstract methods of that interface. If interface contains two abstract methods, can I implement only one method? Not possible. When you are implementing an interface, then it is mandatory to implement all the abstract methods of that interface. Now, here I am having RBI Bank public abstract void money transfer, public abstract void check eligibility, check balance. What is the method, guys? Check balance. How many abstract methods available? Two abstract methods available. Any bank who want to do the banking operations should implement both methods. Who is deciding that? Interface. Interface will decide the rules, class will follow the rules. Interface is our rule decider, class is a follower. Interface will decide the rule, class will follow the rules given by the interface. Now, so once the interface is created, we can implement that interface. To implement an interface, we will use which keyword? Implements keyword. What is the difference between extends and implements? What is the difference between extends keyword and implements keyword? If you want to extend the properties from one class to another class, we will go for extends. If one class want to implement a interface, then we will go for implements keyword. Alright. Now, I have a interface called bank. Interface called bank. Let me go for implementation class. New class HDFC Bank. What is this? HDFC Bank. What this HDFC should do? It should implements bank. Alright. Class is available, interface is available. Now, what my class is doing? Implementing the interface. Okay. So here, what is the meaning of implementing an interface? Overriding abstract method. Do I need to override both methods, or I can override only one method? Both. What is the rule? Can you read the last but one rule? When we are implementing an interface, then it's mandatory to implement all abstract methods of that interface. How many abstract methods available in the bank now? There are two abstract methods available. One is money transfer, another one is check balance. HDFC Bank is implementing bank. Now, what I need to do? Public void money transfer. Okay, guys. Then, what is the next one? Public void check balance. Okay? Correct. Right? What is the meaning of that? Can I say I am overriding? Yes, right? So who is my parent now? Bank. Bank is a class or bank is a interface? Bank is a interface. So how I am implementing an interface? By using implements keyword. Inside this, your choice. What is the logic you want to write? You can write it. Now I am writing system.out.println money transferring. Money transferring, check balance. System.out.println checking balance. Checking balance. Now this is a class which is implementing a interface. Okay. Now how to call these methods now? Create the object and call the method. For that we need a main method. Which class object? Can I create object for bank B is equal to new bank? Bank B is equal to new bank. Is it possible? No, not possible. Why not possible? Why not possible? Interface does not contain the constructor. When the constructor is not available, object cannot be created. We need to create the object for whom? Implementation class. What is our implementation class? HDFC Bank. Create the object for HDFC Bank. HB is equal to new HDFC Bank. HB dot money transfer HB dot check balance. Got it? Yes. So this is interface implementation. So here I am writing a interface. Here I am going to write the implementation. Only HDFC will implement. Other banks also will implement. Every bank should implement. Every bank should implement because all the banks' father is RBI. RBI deciding the rule, our banks should follow. RBI will give the interface, banks should implement that interface. So can I say interfaces are used to decide the rules? Yes or no? Interfaces are used to decide the rules. Who will follow those rules? Who will follow those rules? Classes will follow. Class is a follower, interface is a decider. Interface will decide what methods we need to write in the class. Based on the methods declared in the interface, classes will implement them. Classes are going to implement them. Good. Now, can you see our string class? What is that? Here, now you will get more clarity on this line. Can you read that? Public, final, class, string, extends, object, implements, serializable, comparable, char sequence. Serializable is one interface, comparable is a interface, char sequence is a interface. Can one class extend properties from more than one parent? Multiple inheritance, not supported. Can one class implement multiple interfaces? Yes. Multiple inheritance we can achieve by using interfaces but not with the classes. Are you guys getting my point? So we discussed about inheritance. Extending the properties from one class to another class is called as inheritance. One Java class can extend the properties from only one class. Only one parent should be available. But here one class can implement multiple interfaces, multiple inheritance is supported, but not with the classes, with the interfaces. Why string is implementing these interfaces? String class should follow some rules given by those interfaces. For a string is a class. Class should follow some rules. Who is deciding the rule? Interface is deciding the rule. Which interfaces our string is implementing? Serializable, comparable, char sequence, like that there are some interfaces are available. So what is the conclusion now? Interfaces will decide the rules. Classes will follow the rules. Interfaces will hide unnecessary data, will provide only useful data. Good. Now run this program. Can I run the interface? Can I run? Can I run a interface? No. Interface can be only compiled. We can't run directly. Where is the main method? Where is the main method? Can I run a interface? No. Interfaces can only be compiled. Can I run a class? Yes. If there is a main method, I can run a class. Can you tell me what I am doing in the class now? What is my class? My class is following a interface. Interface decided the method. My class is implementing those methods. My class is implementing a interface. Can one class implement multiple interfaces? Yes or no? One class can extend from only one class, but one class can implement multiple interfaces. Are you able to follow me? Yes. Run the program. Run the program. Yes, money is transferring, checking the balance also. Similarly, can I create one more implementation for the interface? Yes or no? Yes, this time I am going for Axis Bank. This time I am going for Axis Bank. Axis Bank should follow RBI, should not follow RBI. Should follow RBI, because RBI is a central government, Reserve Bank of India. All the local banks, private banks, public banks should follow RBI. How one bank will follow RBI? RBI deciding the rule, classes will implement those rules. Now tell me, how to implement a interface? Public, class, class name. Come on. Implements what? Bank. What is the meaning of implementing an interface? What is the meaning of implementing an interface? Overriding all the abstract methods. My interface contains two abstract methods. My interface contains two abstract methods. Can I override only one abstract method? No. The rule is, whenever we are implementing an interface, it is mandatory to implement all abstract methods of the interface. To implement an interface, we will use implements keyword. One Java class can implement multiple interfaces also. Multiple interfaces at a time. One Java class can implement multiple interfaces at a time. Good. Now let's go for Axis Bank. What I need to do now? Override the methods. Now, whenever you are using IDE, control space, that will give the methods. Got it? Do I need to write them? Control space. Okay? Yes. Are you guys getting the point? Do I need to write the methods, or I don't need to write it? No need to write it. And another shortcut is there. Another shortcut is there. There is a error. Come on. In the line number 1, can you see the error? In the line number 1, there is a error. Click on this error. What it is saying that? Add unimplemented methods. Click on that. Done. That is the beauty of the IDE. So if you go for Notepad, you need to keep on typing. But if you go for IDE, code will be generated. That's why nobody will use a Notepad in the company to write the programs. In the company, we will develop the programs by using IDE. Okay, sir, fine. What is this? That is annotation. This is not the right time. Remove that. Remove that. So we don't know what is annotations. We'll talk about them in the future. That annotation is used to check. That annotation is used to check, are you overriding the methods properly or not? It is your assistant to tell you, are you doing overriding properly or not? So annotations we'll discuss in the coming classes. Now tell me, how can I implement all the methods of the interface? Do I need to write manually? No. Click on this error, add unimplemented methods. IDE will check how many methods available in the interface. All the methods will be added. This is overriding. Inside the overriding, I can write my logic. System.out.println money transfer. Yes, you can write after these two methods you are overriding, you can write your own methods also. It's up to you. Those are the rules you need to follow. After that, you can write your own methods also in the class, no problem. Those two are mandatory. After that, writing your own method is optional. Right. System.out.println money transfer. System.out.println. Here I am writing check balance. Okay. Now there is a interface. How many implementations available? How many implementations available? 2 implementations. That means one interface can have multiple implementations. One interface can have multiple implementation. Interfaces are very important. You cannot get the complete clarity of the interfaces in the core Java. But once we go for advanced Java, in the JDBC, in the first program of the JDBC only, we are going to use the interfaces. Without having the knowledge on the interfaces, you cannot understand JDBC, you cannot understand servlets. JDBC, lot of interfaces are there. Servlets, lot of interfaces are available. If you want to work with advanced Java or Spring Boot or Spring Framework or Hibernate, interfaces are very important. In the core Java, we are just understanding the syntax, how to create an interface, how to implement an interface. The real power of the interfaces we will understand in the advanced Java as well as in the frameworks. Without having the knowledge on the interfaces, you can't write a single program also in the advanced Java. My first program in the JDBC will start with the interface only. Are you guys getting my point? These are very important. So what is our understanding about the interface now? Interface nothing but collection of abstract methods. Why we are going for interfaces? Interfaces are deciding the rules. Classes will follow those rules. That means what methods you need to write in the class will be decided by interface. So interface will contain abstract method. Class is going to implement a interface. What is the meaning of implementing a interface? Come on guys. What is the meaning of implementing a interface? Overriding all the abstract methods of the interface is called implementing a interface. Which keyword we are using to implement a interface? Implement. Can I implement multiple interfaces at a time? Can one class implement multiple interfaces? Yes. Can one class extend from multiple classes? No. Extends only one. Implements can be multiple. Okay. Now, I am implementing bank interface by using Axis Bank. Bank, nothing but RBI is deciding the rules. All the banks are going to follow those rules. Now, I want to execute Axis Bank methods. Come on. I want to execute Axis Bank methods. How can I? Main method. What we need to write, guys? Main method. Inside the main method, what I need to do? Object. Can I create bank B is equal to new bank? No. Why? Interface will not contain the constructor. So object cannot be created for a interface. Object cannot created for interface. Let's go for Axis Bank AB is equal to new Axis Bank. AB dot money transfer. AB dot check balance. Okay? Right. HDFC Bank is implementing the bank interface. Axis Bank also implementing the bank interface. Run the Axis Bank. Money transfer from Axis. Check balance from Axis. Okay, run this. Money transfer from Axis, check balance from Axis. Here I can check money transfer from HDFC, checking balance from HDFC. Implementation It depends on your class. Every class can write their own implementation. Can they change the method name? Why? Overriding. The rules are decided by interface. Classes are going to follow those rules. Right. Interface example. For one interface, multiple implementations can be available. HDFC Bank is one implementation. Axis Bank is one implementation. Like this, other bank, SBI also can implement bank. One interface can have multiple implementations. Yeah. Look at this program, bank. Keyword is very important, guys. Interface. Abstract, is it mandatory or optional? Optional. If I don't write abstract, compiler will be adding the keyword called abstract. Once interface is available, anybody can provide the implementation. HDFC providing the implementation, Axis Bank also providing the implementation. Similarly, other banks also can provide the implementation. Got it? Yes. Yeah, read the points. These points are very important. Yeah. No, independent. One interface can have multiple implementations, right? No. Now, loosely coupling means one class will not communicate with the other class directly. Interface will act as a mediator. That we will talk about in the coming classes. What is loosely coupling? Loosely coupling means one class directly should not talk to another class. If one class want to talk to another class, interface should be used as a mediator. Sessions for that, and from there the web development 11 o'clock. You will get the daily class videos also for the web development. Okay. Office holiday is there. He's also working in the IT. He's staying in Hyderabad. At 11 o'clock. So daily 3 classes will be there. Now you need to spend more time. I will call you one by one, and I will take the interview, or other Java trainers in our institute not completed. So tomorrow we